Let's do this.
Are we streaming?
We are streaming.
We're streaming. Shout out to Chris already in our chat.
Shout out to Chris. He's like him and Timmy. I feel like are good, could be good moderators of our chat. Could
There
be
you
good
go.
mods.
There you go.
So
And we got
listen, and we love their opinion. So by the way, Chris, feel free to throw your opinion in there because I know you, much like me, are hurting with the loss of our man Cam. It's I and it's sad because of the way it happened too. Like, you know,
with the dreaded hip drop tackle. Or
I mean, come on, like it's an illegal tackle.
Didn't get called.
And not only that, but I mean, then you go to the offensive pass interference thing. We're going to get into all this. This is pre-show stuff, and we're getting into show stuff. We don't talk about show stuff during pre-show stuff.
Pre-show stuff is stupid stuff. Fun stuff.
Exactly.
Special for those watching us on YouTube. So,
like me, learning my lefts from my rights as I, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Got it. All right.
So
the secret.
But yeah, so
I don't really have any like off-brand or off-wall topics to.
No, there's really not much out there.
No, I mean.
So I mean, unless you got any, I'll ask you something. Now, and this is totally off the wall. We're going off the rails here.
All right, let's go.
But any thoughts on 3-Eye Atlas? Any thoughts on the comet that they keep talking about heading our way? That just seems to be an anomaly. I don't know if you've heard anything about it, seen anything.
Literally just heard about it like an hour ago, so I haven't actually looked into anything, seen any.
Next week then. So I'd like to get your opinion on it because it's a very interesting thing flying through our solar system that is baffling a lot of scientists.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, I'm not going to aliens or anything else, although I can go down a lot of different rabbit holes.
Get the tinfoil hat.
Exactly. But it's definitely an anomaly. It's definitely something that we don't see all the time. Even if it's something completely normal in the cosmos, we don't see it very often, whatever this thing is. The way it's got this tail that comes in and out, they got it's a lot of things about it, the way it's structured. It's an interesting.
There's some weird shit to it.
There is. And then, you throw Avi Loeb in there, the Harvard professor who keeps saying now it's like a 40% chance this may be artificial or, maybe, not naturally made. Who knows? I don't know. It's just an interesting thing. So I'm going to throw it out there as an off-the-wall topic because it's going to start catching traction because right now I guess it's at a point where we can't see it. It's behind the sun. Or like just getting behind the sun. So it's at a point where we can't see it. Literally with any telescope, any flare, anything we have, this thing is in a blacked out zone. So we don't know what it's doing. If it's course correcting, if it's not, like if it's, we have no idea.
Yeah.
So and we'll actually get our clearest pictures, I think, of it when it does come out of the turn and around the other side of the sun. That's when I think we'll get our best view of it anyway. So I'm interested to see what happens. But, listen, people called for the end of the world in Y2K. People called for the end of the world in 2012. People go, it's always, I'm just more into it's cool. Let's figure out what it is.
I mean, I'll say this, right? Like, I'd prefer not to have the planet get hit by a comet. But
they're saying it's going to be closer to the moon now, I guess.
I always like the, not to show my dorkiness, but the line in Age of Ultron where he talks about sometimes God's got to reset things and he's winding up,
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I obviously hope that's not the case, right? 4-month-old baby at home, like really would like to see her grow up, all that stuff. So that's the morbid thought of it. But it'd be cool to see, like if it's like, hey, like it's not gonna hit the earth, but like if you go outside on this day at this time, like you're gonna be able to see this thing whizzing past our atmosphere. You could bet your ass I'm setting an alarm and I'd be going out there to watch that because I mean that's potentially a once in a lifetime type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that I would definitely do. Like that I would definitely do. I don't if they were like it's hitting the planet, it's a catastrophic event. You can bet your ass I'm emptying my bank account and I'm living life up and I'll deal with the consequences after if it don't happen. But
I think a lot of people would be doing that. But yeah, speaking of another, well, I don't want to say depressing because it's not. Well, I mean, as a Giant fan, maybe now with the season halfway over. But what do you say we kick this thing off and get into the show? Get into some football because I'm dying to talk this week in football.
I am definitely down for that, but just so that I don't bring down the emotional energy that we're gonna start picking up, just a quick rest in peace to Nick Mangold. That was a really sad breaking news story on Sunday, and just 41 years old.
For my own personal reason, it hit close to home for too. So it's one of those things that he's my age. He was born in 1984. He was born the same year I was born, and anytime you see it is, and listen, I know, I'm sure you have too. We've all had some friend or somebody close to us pass away, and you think about it, and you're like, I can't compute it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where my heart just breaks for him, breaks for his family.
Yeah, wife. I think three young kids too. Like,
I mean, he was again. He should have 3 young kids. 41 years old, 42 years old. You know what I mean? Like, you're not old.
Yeah, and he was a hell of a football player, right? But everything I heard, like people on sports talk radio on Monday, when they were talking about it, like everything I heard, like they all were talking about like just how great of a guy he was.
Oh, right? I've heard that for a long time.
Like, so easy to talk to, genuine, happy, upbeat, positive. Like, one guy was talking about one of his favorite memories of him was when he was at a Rangers game, with the beard, just laughing, having a good time in his Rangers jersey. I think he did the beer chug thing that they do sometimes at hockey games. Like, just an all-around guy's guy, and supposedly a really, really great person just in general. And I wanted to bring it up in this segment so that we're not, dragging down,
And it's not a drag down. And you know what? This is where I get pissed, and, we'll keep this to the pre-show. But this is where I get upset because as a Jet fan, I watched so many Jet fans yesterday get upset with that win. That win wasn't just even about the Jets yesterday. Or about that team. Like, that win was for Nick. Like, that win should have meant something even to those fans.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a true fan, I don't know how you can look at yesterday's win and be upset with it.
Yeah.
Like, you're still in line to get a top pick. Like, I get it that you might screw up your chance, but stop it. You just had a tragedy happen and your team rallies to get a win. Take it. Because I'm sure Nick's up there smiling with a win. He'd much rather watch the Jets win a game than get blown out. So in his memory, at least, can you at least be happy for the Jets for one damn day?
Win it for Nick.
For one day. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's where it just upset me is, like, as just a football fan, like, come on, Jets. Like, Jets fans, like, you can't be rooting for a loss.
And, like, when it's all said and done, right, we've all had seasons where, as a fan of your team, you're like, please lose as many games as possible because we need all the help we can get. Don't win, right? That was me last year with the Cowboys when they.
And I get that that's where most Jet fans are right now.
But there's points in time, right? And you got to appreciate that win, and that Jets fans out there pissed off that they won. Like, that's you got to change your priorities here. Like, that was
absolutely,
that was right. Like, that was what should have happened, and it was a hard fought win. They earned the freaking win, and you played a style. Like, did you play how you would maybe want to see your team play? Starting 7-8 weeks ago, no, but. They put up over 500 yards of offense for the first time since Nick Mangold was on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's one of those little things. Like, take that, right? Enjoy that. And then, trust me, your team sucks. You're going to go back to losing. You're going to go back to being upset. You're going to be okay and having a top 3 pick. I promise you it's going to happen. Like, you're not railing out.
And this isn't, from all accounts, going to be a spectacular quarterback draft. Like, a lot of people couldn't tell you right now who the number 1 pick is. Maybe Carson Beck, maybe somebody else. Nobody really knows.
Is Beck the guy that people compare to, or he has a lot of mannerisms like Mahomes? He does, like, a lot of imitating of Mahomes. I know there's one college football quarterback out there that, like, people talk all the time that he, like,
I don't
pretty
think
much tries to imitate Mahomes. So,
but I could be wrong.
I mean, look, rest in peace to Nick Mangold, man. And I remember, in his prime years, right? And I do like a Madden franchise. Mangold was the center I wanted. Right, like, if I was doing a fantasy draft, like, that was the center I wanted to get.
He was
on my
great,
team.
and he was an old-time Jet great.
Yeah, so rest in peace to him. Thoughts and prayers to his wife and their kids and his family, loved ones, everybody and anybody impacted by it. Just sad to see somebody that young. It was like a rare kidney disease that he had. Like, it just sucks, man.
It sucks
really
because he was on the list to get it done. Like, but couldn't find a match in time.
Yeah, I mean, he went out on Twitter and asked for people
social,
to help. Yeah, so
that's where my heart breaks for him because watch my dad go through it, watch other people. It sucks, and at his age, like I couldn't imagine it right now for myself to be like.
Yeah, I'm with
anyway.
So you see why?
Yeah.
Pre-show stuff.
But shout out to Nick Mangold and his family, and thoughts and prayers with the entire Jet Nation because definitely a big loss for them. I mean, he's a guy that to me should be in the Ring of Honor, like should be a guy that Jet that's celebrated. So I hope that the Johnsons, and I'm sure they will do the right thing here and make all that happen if it hasn't happened already.
I'd like to see that too, and I think it will.
Know what else I like?
It's time for.
Know what else I like?
And he remembered to hit the record button to our YouTubers. Do you want to start recording the YouTube as well? Because I see the start recording button there to click.
Yeah, we're not
recording the YouTube.
It's already going to be recorded.
It's already going to be recorded. All right, let's rock and roll, baby. It's so
good to be back.
It's so good to be back.
It's good to be
I wish our teams were better, but...
Well, I mean, we live like champs, but our teams clearly do not. But I am going to start the show with a big old... Right after the music. An exclamation point just for our audience.
Fuck the Eagles.
So right off the bat. So I don't care. That's where we're starting. That's where we're starting because I'm upset about it. So I don't know. Shout out to anybody in the chat. Shout out to if Timmy or Carl or Chris.
Timmy's in there with us.
Anybody,
Chris is in there with us.
I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Throw them out there about the Scatabo injury and about the Eagles game overall. Because, one, that was a fumble by Hurts on the tush push. I don't care what anybody says. The whistle didn't blow, and nothing like.
If they kept pushing him forward, they would have let him keep going, right?
That's what I mean. What are you doing? You need to officiate this. Otherwise, that play is indefensible. You can't do anything against that damn play.
We talked about this before the year started.
Yeah.
We both agreed that the tush push should stay in the game, right?
Yes.
You can't stop it. That's on you.
Yes.
But when the people that are supposed to enforce the rules of the game cannot enforce the rules of the game because of how that play is ran, my opinion after Sunday has drastically changed.
Absolutely.
Drastically changed.
And I'm with you. It has to change because, and it's not just because this happened to the Giants, it's because it's bullshit that it happened at all. Because the problem with it is you not only, where I'm talking about, where we talked about preseason, like, it's on you on the defense to stop it. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The Giants figured it out. They got a fumble. And the refs overturned it.
Yeah.
So you stop it, and yet you still can't stop it because the ref comes in and says, no, his forward progress was stopped. Yeah. Even though I didn't blow the whistle to stop forward progress, his forward progress was stopped. Bullshit.
Or countless false starts.
The defense did what they were supposed to do. They got the stop, they got the fumble. That's what your defense is supposed to do. That is a stop. That is how you stop the tush push. Because next time he won't think about coming over the top with the ball. Next time maybe he goes lower with him. Because of that, maybe he doesn't get as far. There's a lot of different things that could have happened if that fumble stayed. So that's point number one. Number two, what an absolute bullshit call on the offensive pass interference that cost the Giants another touchdown. That ball, I believe it was Slayton, caught, ran, touchdown, nope, call back, offensive pass interference because they were hand fighting. The guy literally grabbed his arm, was holding onto it. How else was he going to get his arm off of his arm if he doesn't do something or make some kind of swim move or something? That is not offensive pass interference. He did not push off. He did not gain an advantage. Nothing happened on that play to stop the defender from making a play. I don't understand it. So I look at these things, and then there was another call too during the game too that I'm losing track of. So somebody in the chat wants to throw it in there. There were points in this game that you look at it and you're like, one, yes, it's a revenge game. A lot of people expected the Eagles to win this game.
Yeah.
It's not about that. What it's about is just being, just letting them play. Like, and this is where, to me, and people talk about like the gambling aspect of it. And then I actually caught a clip of Craig Carton's show from Fox recently, where he talked about how the NFL is actually, because they're in bed with ESPN and ABC. Well, guess what? ESPN owns ESPN Bet. They're directly tied to the sports books and how they go now. So are they influencing certain things? Was there a lot of money on the Giants because they were getting points and everything else and everything happening? Well, maybe they made it so that the spread stayed big enough to be covered. You know what I mean? Does something like that happen? Because ESPN, and it's sad that we have to ask those questions now, but now I literally have to ask those questions. Because when I look at what happened on Sunday, you can't tell me that was officiated fairly. You can't tell me that didn't cost the Giants at least a turnover that could have turned into points, and then another touchdown as well. You took those 2 touchdowns, add those 14 points to the board. Plus, I forget if the Eagles went on to score on that drive that Hurts ended up keeping the ball. I forget. But either way, you take those points and turn them around. That's a giant win instead of a giant loss. That's the Giants. That's the Eagles not covering the spread. So I'd want to know the numbers. I want to know. I'm wondering if the FBI is doing investigations like they are in the NBA into the certain things with the NFL, because you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that's what it seems like to me. And I'll put the tinfoil hat on. I don't care. I'll dance around with it, because more often than not, every time I do, I'm right on these things.
Look, I
got a pretty good track.
I think an overarching issue for the NFL in general is for a game that generates so much revenue. How are your referees not full-time? These guys work other jobs. Right? They don't practice all week. They're not sitting there reviewing playbooks, or not playbooks, but the rule books. They go work another job and then do this as pretty much a part-time gig. Mm-hmm. You have to invest in that being a full-time job. You have to invest in the ability to hold them accountable. They're not required to speak to the media. They're not, all they have to do is do an end of game report, right? Like, and the questions that are asked are not coming from national media members. They're coming from in the building people hired by the NFL to ask these questions. There's no accountability. There's no punishment. The worst you see is, oh, you're not going to be allowed to ref a primetime game, which I'm guessing there's different levels of pay. I don't know all the ins and outs of referees and their contracts and what they make and all that stuff. But, like, you can go back to, remember the referee holdout? Remember that years ago? And we talked about how bad it was. Well, it's not like it got a lot better when that ended.
It didn't.
They have to find a way to either, A, make them full-time, and this is their job, considering they're getting thousands of dollars for one game, like, pay them a couple more bucks and make it a full-time job. So these guys are heavily invested in this, and realize this is your career. So if you don't do your job the right way, just like you, just like me, just like anybody out there listening, you got to go find a new job.
Yeah, you do.
Right? You have to put something there. Right? We talked about it when I walked in the door. You've had a long day of work, and when we wrap this show up, are going to do another 2 to 3 hours worth of work. You're not doing it because you're like, oh my God, I love my job and I can't wait to work, a 12-hour day. You're doing it because if I don't do my job, they're going to find somebody else that will, and I'm going to have to go find another job. Mm-hmm. There has to be accountability for these guys. It is not right that they can swing things, and to bring it full circle, right? We're talking even gambling. You are costing people thousands, if not millions of dollars because you called the game incorrectly. Or you're helping people win thousands, if not millions of dollars because you're calling a game incorrectly. There has to be a level of accountability for these guys. And I don't feel like it's hard to do. Like, you look at your people and you say, hey, this is either your full-time job or we're going to find somebody else. I don't think that's a hard conversation to have with people. And I'm sorry, some of these guys that are, accountants or dentists, I can't imagine they'd have a problem saying, okay, I'm going to ref one game a week And then the other 4 days of the week, I'm in training and practices and role plays and watching film. And oh no, I'd take that freaking job in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But instead, they're like, hey, you're pretty much a contracted employee that comes in, you work 3 to 4 hours once a week. And other than that, go do your other job. We don't care. It's a horrible look for a multi-billion-dollar sport that impacts the lives of so many people. Look, we both know, right? Especially when we were younger. Your team loses, like, I'm pissed for 3-4 days. Like, I'm literally pissed off. I'm at the point now, Dallas wins or Dallas loses, I enjoy it, or I'm pissed about it for about 20 minutes, and then I move on. I got too much shit to worry about. I got my life to live. You're not dragging me down for 72 hours, right? Like, I'm past those days of my life. But there's a whole bunch of teenagers and 20-somethings that are still living that life, right? There's grown-ass adults that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that still live that life. You can't have this and just throw out this half-ass attempt to have people manage the games and call the games. There's too much on the damn line. It's ridiculous. Oh, they get graded out so they can't referee in the playoffs. That's their punishment. Like, shut the... You get my point, right? So I'm completely with you, right? That should have been a fumble, 110%. I didn't watch the game, so the pass interference,
no, but even still,
I didn't see. But, like, I'm seen it enough times that I'm sure that's how the call freaking went because it's ridiculous, right? So I completely get it, and they've got to be... There's got to be an accountability level to this. There just has to be. And I also, while we're on the Giants-Eagles game, thoughts to Cam Scadaboo, man. That sucked. That just sucks seeing that happen to the guy. And I genuinely, sounds like the surgery went smooth and easy. He should be 100% by training camp. Like, that is great news. But you made the hip drop tackle illegal, and I don't think I've seen more than 3 flags called on that since last season, because I believe it was the off season before last season that they officially made it a foul. Like, I maybe have seen that called 3 or 4 times, maybe. So it's happening all the time. But shout out to Chris, not to promote another channel, but this is worth a watch as it pertains tax-free revenue, right? Seriously. Only professional sport that is a tax-free entity. It falls under the same tax entity as a private country club does, which is also tax-free. The fact that the NFL fines players and coaches that speak negatively about the officiating. Yeah, right? Like, so these guys that are getting screwed out of wins and potentially costing them their jobs, they can't even come out and speak negatively about the guys that just do it as a contract. Like, it is literally insane.
Watch this next play.
Yeah. That
Did you see the pass interference?
This is it right here. Okay, yeah, where he ran in for the touchdown. Yeah, he's literally holding him by the wrist. What the hell is he supposed to do?
What do you do with that?
Yeah, like
how is that offensive pass
if you're gonna
interference?
let that go, you have to let him slapping the guy's hand away go as well.
It doesn't. It was clearly not offensive pass interference.
And to Chris's point, right? Coaches and players come out and badmouth officiating for how they officiated the game, and they get fined, right? Yeah. If it's bad enough, can even be suspended for a game, right? But the way these refs officiate these games can literally cost these coaches and players their jobs.
Yep.
It's not right, and I don't know how the NFL looks at this and says this works.
That's why I can't put this loss on Dable. I can't put this loss on Dart or anybody else. Like, this loss isn't on the team. This loss is on the refs. Like, this loss is on the way the game was officiated and everything. Because, like I said, turnovers create momentum. Touchdowns create momentum. When you take all those things away from those teams,
you just suck the wind out of them.
You suck the wind out of them. So, I mean, again, that's what kind of happened to the Giants. So we can get off this
game.
So,
wait, you can't blame your coaching staff or your players for your loss. I 100% can blame the coaching staff and players of the Cowboys for their loss. 8 pre-snap penalties, including the opening drive where they get the interception, get down to the 1 yard line, and get a false start. I was beyond embarrassed by this game. Now, I told you last week they were going to lose. I knew they have not won in Denver since 1995. So it's been as many years since they've won in Denver as it has been since they've won a Super Bowl. That tells you a lot right there. But 8 pre-snap penalties, both combined between offense and defense, worst game of Prescott's season. Defense, oh my God, some of the highlights I saw, like you're literally seeing on the R.J. Harvey 40-yard touchdown run, the closest defender to him was 8 yards away. 8 yards.
Not a good look.
8 yards. For people that don't know, there's 3 feet in a yard. That is 24 feet away from the player.
This goes to show you, though, that, I mean, I hope that it would go to show Jerry that, like, you suck at this, dude. Stop. Like, hang on. We've got the perfect thing right here.
Stop it. Get some help.
Because you're not good at talent evaluating. You're not good at,
Roster building.
Because this defense sucks. And you got rid of the best or one of the best defensive players in the league to bring back a tackle. Like,
who got washed all game. All game.
Garbage. But this has to wake Jerry up to be like, I screwed this up. Like this season's on me.
He will never do it.
He's got to, though, because you can't blame you can't blame the coaching staff because you gave them the lack of talent. You can't blame you negotiated this nonsense with Micah to begin with that put us in this predicament.
You chose to hire the defensive coordinator that plays all zone defense when your team was built with man cover guys.
Yep.
Like this defense, you just go back 3 years ago with Dan Quinn
unbelievable
playing man defense, and they were a top 3 defense in the league. Last year, with no real good D tackle other than my guy Osa. I'm a big fan of Osa, but he's a scheme guy, and this doesn't fit how he plays. So you pretty much have a whole bunch of players that fit a man-to-man blitzing defense. That's your roster on defense. You built it a couple years ago. You put it all together, gave Dan Quinn all the pieces, and it all started when Dan Quinn decided to play zone defense against the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago. And then you come in this year and you decide to hire a because let's be honest, I actually kind of like Schottenheimer so far. I like the energy he has. The players seem to really like the guy. Not against Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer did not just pick his staff. Jerry had input on all of it. Let's go get the defensive coordinator, the ex-head coach, defensive coordinator, and put him in that runs 92% zone coverage with a team built to play man. Last year with Micah Parsons, Micah can't help them stop the run. Last year with Micah Parsons and no Pro Bowl defensive tackle, Kenny Clark, 21st in run defense. Any guess what their run defense is ranked this year?
21st?
Dead freaking last at 32nd. They gave up 9.8 yards per play against Denver on Sunday.
It's bad.
That's basically a first down every play. This game hit halftime and I switched to red zone. The problem was there was only 3 freaking games. So what game did I have to keep watching?
Well, they kept scoring.
Yeah, but not the team I wanted to score.
That's right.
My God. I'm like, come on. Like, I expected a loss, but I thought it'd at least be a good game. I at least thought they'd be competitive.
Shootout, something.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
What in God's
But every game can't be every game.
Sertan, the freaking defensive player of the year last year only played a quarter and a half.
Roll Tide, by the way.
Come on.
He's Bama boy. Sertan.
So bad. Just so bad. Just so bad. And like I said, right, we not pointing the finger at really anybody specifically on the Giants for their loss other than the Zebras, right?
Mm-hmm. You're putting it right on the coaches.
I am putting it on the coaches. I am putting it on the players. It's embarrassing. They should be embarrassed about the loss. They should be embarrassed about how this defense is played. And just overall, I don't know. Jerry literally came out and said, I still think this is a playoff team, even if we don't make any moves. You senile old man. Very disappointed with the performance, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't tell. But I don't let it carry over for days, right?
No, you can't.
I move on 20 minutes after the game, but in this...
I move on too, but the only thing that bothers me is the Scatabo injury. Because
How
I'm
can
like,
it not?
because again, it's a guy makes an illegal tackle, doesn't even get called, and now he's out for the year because this guy did something he shouldn't have done, and like that to me just sits a little worse with me because he was good and I enjoyed. He was fun to watch.
Oh,
and you took a guy who's fun to watch off the field, and that's what really like. It's just stuck with me all week where I'm just like, damn, like next week and listen, I still want to tune in to watch what Dart does. I think he's exciting too, but I'm just like, damn.
Tracy doesn't really do it for you the
It's
same
just,
way.
damn. No, and Tracy's good though. Like Tracy's,
He's not a bad bat. I'm just saying, Scatabo had this. I said it to you last week, right? Seeing him with Ryan Fitzpatrick after the Thursday night win against the Eagles.
It's just fun.
Ripping the shirt off and the flexing, and then you see him at the Knicks home opener. And there's this freeze frame picture. I can't remember what Knicks player is going up for the dunk, and you just see Scat right in the back flexing on him as he goes up for the dunk. Like he's got, just like Dart, he has the personality you need to be in New York. I've said it a couple times now, right? You either have to have that even keel Eli Manning mentality, right? Amani Toomer was another good example of that even keel, just. Whatever happens, right? Win, loss, doesn't matter. I'm going with the flow. Or you got to be a psychopath, loud, eccentric, and be more than okay by basically looking at the world and saying, I want every set of eyes on me.
Yep. And that's where he is.
Anybody that's out there listening that's not from the tri-state area, that's why you people don't like us up here. Because we either don't give two craps what you have to say about us, and we just let it roll off our shoulders. Or we are the loudest people in the freaking room, and we want everybody looking at us, whether they like us or they don't like us. That's who we are. And those two guys perfectly fit that mold from what I've seen from them so far. And a guy like Scatabo, I will bet money that the second he is good enough to move around, right, and doesn't really have to kind of be laid up with the leg up, I will bet you money that man is at every home game for the Giants the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah.
I will bet money on that.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's the one time, Dave, the one time I'm going to shout out the Eagles fans and people in the organization for being good people. Because from all accounts, from everything that I've heard and from Cam's own accounts, he was treated like a king. Like, from the time he got into the hospital and everything else, I mean, down to the guy, Big Dom, the head of security, came to the hospital
this morning.
Came to the hospital, delivered a pizza and a cheesesteak to the family, like, you know, making sure everybody was eating, you know, checking on
the
them.
Pizza's a little disrespectful. If you ever had pizza and you're from this area.
But I just think it's
the cheesesteak.
It's suggestion.
Yeah.
So, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just that it's nice to hear some nice stories coming out of Philly because there's so many times we talk about them and their fans and their crowds, and they're not always the nicest stories. This is one where I'm going to shout out to Philly and the Eagles fan base and people in that did right by Cam. So shout out to them. But yeah,
so we're on kind of a tight time frame.
Yeah. So I only have one more game I wanted to touch on. It's because there's another game that, like, this team's on triage. This team is in the ER. Like, everybody is getting hurt. Like, nobody's staying healthy. It's an absolute mess down there. And somehow they come out and kick the ever-living crap out of the Falcons. 34-10. I mean, the Falcons, I can't figure them out. They should be decent with the talent they have. You know, Penix isn't a bad, young quarterback. They got a great young running back. They got a good young receiver, good young tight end. They got a lot of talent on that team. And the Dolphins absolutely reeling. Couldn't get anything right the last few weeks. Threw 5 picks the week before? And all of a sudden comes in, no picks this week, 4 TDs, throws for 200 yards. They don't need, they put up 34 on the Falcons in Atlanta. I can't figure him out. I don't know what's going on with this Miami team. Like I said, I think the Tyreek injury was maybe an okay thing for the locker room because he was starting to get loud and not wanting to be there. I get it. But then Waller's injured. Tua's just perpetually, could be in the blue tent. You know what I mean? Like
something.
They've had a lot of adversity. Is this showing through, or is this a 1 week anomaly? Like, are they coming back? Is this something? Now, granted, I'm not saying do a playoff team or anything like that, but do they make it an interesting season where they finish 7-10 and finish the last 4 going 5-4 or 6-4 over the last 10 games? Like, can they do that? Is this just an anomaly? A 1 week blow up where some things clicked. They caught Atlanta at the right time, who was looking at them as a shitty team, didn't really prepare for them, and got caught with their pants down.
I'm going with the latter. So, an anomaly. I will also say Atlanta completely mishandled this game. Your best player on the entire team. Well, first and foremost, you don't find out until the morning of the game that Drake London's out, even though he practiced in full on Friday. So everybody's all up in arms about what happened with Baltimore and oh my God, how am I drawing a blank? Lamar Jackson, right? Everybody's up in arms about that. Atlanta did it even worse, right? You knew after Friday that Lamar wasn't playing, but Sunday morning you find out Drake London's not playing. I think they thought they were going to get 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins, but instead they got primetime Kirk Cousins. And then your best player on the team and one of the best players in the entire league on offense, you only let touch the ball 12 times when your number one wide receiver's out, right? And they line Bijan up everywhere, not just the running back. They put him at wide receiver. They put him everywhere.
9 carries is a bit ridiculous.
9 carries, 3 catches, 12 total touches. Now, don't get me wrong. They obviously were getting stuffed up because you really don't see. 17 carries as a team for 45 yards. That's less than 3 yards. That's a little over 3 yards a carry.
But in my opinion, and I'm going to throw this out there, if you have a running back like Bijan, is there any reason you're not feeding him 20 times a game?
There shouldn't be.
Like, why is he not getting a minimum 20 touches? And then if you give some to some other people, like, the best player on your team should be touching the ball as much as possible. So even if he runs it 20 times, he should still be getting 5 or 6 throws his way too. Like, he should be getting 20 to 25 touches a game when you have a talent like that, especially on a rookie deal.
Yeah. And your number one wide receiver's out. We all know Kyle Pitts is a coin flip on. I still don't think anybody knows what his career is actually going to be. But I don't know what their thought process was, what their game plan was going into this game, but 12 touches for your best player is just horrible, horrible management on the coaching side. Defensively, they did not show up and play how they should have played. And I'm emotionally upset about it because Bijan is my number one pick in our dudes league. Did you see I went into Monday Night Football with my boy Bill and Kansas City defense. You know how many points I had going into Monday Night Football with my fantasy team in Dudes League?
If I'm going to guess, I'm going to say in the 60s.
44 freaking points.
Wow.
44.
So what'd you end with?
I haven't looked. Literally have not looked.
I don't think you want to. Because I don't think there's any way you can win
And
this.
shout out to our boy Anthony, who's in our league. Anthony didn't break 100 points. He still beat me by at least 30.
That's
like at least 30. So once again, how's your best player only touching the ball 12 times? Mm-hmm. Sorry. I was more mad about that, like seeing 44 points after the 4 o'clock games. I was more upset about that than I was of the Cowboys' loss. Because that's my money, right? Dallas is just entertainment, right? Basically, that's my money. And I feel like I got a pretty good team. And 44 points going into Monday night with a running back and a defense. I looked at the Monday night game. I'm like, I'm not even watching. I'm done with football for the week. Like, I will look at football again Tuesday night when I'm looking at waivers. I am done with football. So, this technically would kick off me getting back into football for week 9 as we head into it. So
yeah, week 9, which is, by the way, we are now past the halfway point of the season. We are officially, like you talked about last week, halfway through last week's games, 1:00 games. Halftime was midway point of the season. So, I mean, time flies, my friend. I mean, we think about it, like, we're already halfway through the NFL season. It's amazing to think about. Like, you think about Stephanie is halfway through her first NFL season. If you think about it, like that's how old she is already. Like, and you're like, oh damn, where does the time go?
Yeah,
but it flies. Time stops for no one. And yeah, I mean,
we're in week 9, man, and we're.
I'll tell you what, this week 9 Thursday night matchup though is one you can snooze on. I'll be honest. I think that this is one that, like,
I mean, I got Derrick Henry in one league and Achan in another league, so I'll still watch. So I have to listen to my reps' calls that they do from the previous week. So Thursday night, I used to listen to them on Fridays, and I freaking hated it. Right? It makes my Friday drags. I'm sitting there listening to people talk, like I'm not physically involved. I'm just listening and typing notes and feedback. So what I did now I changed it up. So the Thursday night game is when I listen to the calls, because I got the game on mute. I listen to the calls, but I have visual entertainment. I can still do my coaching with my people. I have a beer or two, right? And it's just kind of like a chill way to get the job done. So I'll be watching the game. I won't be listening to the game, but Derrick Henry and Achan will be my rooting interest. And
Lamar's not back yet, right?
Lamar's playing this game. Yes. So that,
I mean,
and he had them remove all the entertainment from the locker room. Their little mini basketball hoop, their ping pong table, anything that doesn't help them win, he had the staff removed from the locker room.
Good. Show some leadership and get them back on track, because this team, you shouldn't be in the locker room playing ping pong if you're 2-6.
No.
Or whatever they are, right? At 2-6?
2-5.
2-5.
Miami's 2-6. Baltimore had their bye week.
Yeah,
Miami
that's right.
already. Yeah.
So, but I mean, the Dolphins, again, we talk about them and the anomaly. I look at this spread, 8.5 points. Seems about legit if Lamar's back and this team is back to playing hard again. I guess I'm going to go the Ravens all around. I just don't trust the Dolphins right now. No. I don't. And until they can put together a couple games in a row of something, I'm going to take Baltimore all the way. I'm going Baltimore given the 8.5. I'm going Baltimore on the money line. And I'm going the over of 50.5, because I think Lamar's going to want to come out and put up some points.
I also think you got to remember Baltimore's defense. Dallas's D is literally the only defense, I think, in the league right now that's worse than Baltimore's. Like Baltimore,
which is rough because they're known for defense.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable. Like if you're a Ravens fan, like even if they were 5-2, if your defense looked this bad, you'd still be upset with your team, right?
Yeah.
But with that said, I'm going to take Miami getting the 8.5, but I will take Baltimore on the money line. I'm also going to take the over because I agree. I think Lamar being back opens up the run game. I think you're going to see the passing game improve. Well, I don't think that's really hard to do, but you're going to see the passing game improve. And I think Miami's going to build some momentum off of that game in Atlanta. And again, they're going up against a defense that's really not that good. So I'm going to take Miami getting the points, but give me Baltimore winning the game and give me the over on this one. So we kind of agree outside of we agree on money line and we agree on the over. So we're already starting off better.
But I'm a little surprised though that you took the Dolphins getting the 8.5. I know it's a big spread, but calling last week an anomaly and then taking them this week to keep it close, I think Baltimore, it was a surprise.
I
That's
think
all I'm
Baltimore's
saying.
defense is way worse than Atlanta's, and that's to give you reasoning behind it. That would be why.
All right. I mean, I don't feel like we got to run through every game this week because some of these games suck. I mean, honestly, the Bears and the Bengals suck.
I didn't think this past week was going to suck. Only one game was decided by one score. Yeah. Every other game was decided by 2 scores or more.
Insane.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that many blowouts in a single week, and that's the week me and you went through. And the week of everybody having a 45-point over-under. What was it, 6?
I think there was 44.5, right?
Yeah, 44.5. There was like 5 or 6 games. Speaking of 44.5.
Right there in your face.
Right there in our face. But the Vikings-Lions division game, I think we're both going to agree, right? We'll take Detroit.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz
Easy.
apparently tore his like shoulder or his labrum or something, and they still put him back in the game. That's an NFLPA thing. Like that should not happen.
No.
But I think the Lions win it. I think the Lions win by. I'll take the Lions given the 8.5 because I think JJ McCarthy's starting on Sunday, and I just don't think he's ready for a road game in Detroit, especially coming off the injury. I don't think he's ready for that. So give me Detroit given the 8.5. I'll take the over because they might be able to score 42 on their own.
Yeah, give me the Lions all the way. I'm taking the Lions, giving the 8.5, taking the Lions, and I'm taking the over because, like you said, they could put up 48 themselves with that offense. So they're at home. Yeah, give me Detroit all the way.
All the way.
I don't know. We didn't pick this game, but I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. We might as well.
Instead of talking about it, we just pick, right?
Yeah, we just pick.
So
I'm going Bengals at home. Give me the 2.5. Give me the money line, and give me the under because I don't think these two teams can combine for more than 50.
I'm going to go the opposite of you. Give me Chicago given the 2.5 because I think they're a better team than Cincinnati. I think Flacco's definitely stabilized things, but I still think Chicago's the better team. And I'll also agree with you, though. Give me the under 52.5. Just seems a little too high.
All right. Moving on. I mean, we'll go to that 44.5 point game.
44.5.
Hey, look, 43.5. They're really switching it up. They're really trying. The odds makers are really.
The theme of the 2026 NFL seseason. 44.5.
Yeah.
I wish you could bet. I wish you could gamble that. Like, go play some roulette. Be like, can I put a 0.5 on the 44? It doesn't even go up to 44.
And I know the Packers are good. They're going to win this game, but 12.5 points is monster. So I'm actually going to take the Panthers, who've been playing better football. Give me the 12.5. I'm going to take Green Bay on the money line and give me the over.
If Andy Dalton's playing, I'll take Green Bay given the 12.5. If Andy Dalton's not playing, then I'll take the Panthers getting the 12.5. I don't think Dalton's playing, so give me the Panthers getting the 12.5, and I'll actually take the over. Because Green Bay is starting to really click. They looked really, really good on Sunday night. And I think Pittsburgh's better than Carolina. So let's roll with that. Green Bay, yeah. Panthers getting the 12.5, Green Bay money line, and give me the over.
All right, so we're in agreements there. All right, moving on. Chargers at Titans. 1-7 Titans, just can't get it right. Chargers 5-3. Playing all right. So I mean, TJ, throwing it to you, I guess, first on this one.
Tennessee sucks. Give me the Chargers, given 9.5, and I'll take the over because I think they can put up 35 to 42 against the Titans by themselves.
I'm gonna agree with you all the way. The Titans just have nothing shown. Ridley's hurt. They're beat up. Cam Ward just hasn't had the magic to start his career, and unfortunately, the Chargers are a halfway decent team. So I'm going Chargers all the way. I'm right there with you. So give me the Chargers. Give me it all. Give me. You want over? I'm going
over. I think damn it, Los Angeles. My brain still has not made that full switch.
San Diego.
It means a whales. Anyway, I think the Chargers can put up 42 by themselves. So I'll definitely take the over, and I'll take them given 9.5.
All right. So we are in agreement on that game. And moving on. This is actually good. Should be an interesting game. You have the Falcons at Patriots. Patriots surprise team, but not really a surprise because Vrabel's a good head coach and they're actually playing well. They have good young talent. Drake May's starting to show out. They're playing good defense. And again, I think it's that first year coaching mojo they got going. So the Falcons, I don't think they go up there and get things rolling any better. I don't know if Drake London's even playing. So give me the Patriots at home. Give me the Falcons getting the 5.5, though. I think they'll keep it close enough. But Patriots are going to win on the money line. Give me New England laying the give me the Falcons getting the 5.5. And give me the under because I think although both teams can score, I don't think they will. Give me the under.
New England in their win streaks giving up 15.2 points per game. They're playing some really good defense right now.
That's Vrabel. Vrabel's a good head coach, man.
He's who I wanted Dallas to hire. Drake May. I'm I think people need to pump the brakes with the, new Brady. Like, I think we need to kind of pump the brakes there. Brady won 7 Super Bowls, so, like, we need to calm down a little bit with that one. But with that said, I'm going to take New England, given the points, and I will actually take the over because I do think Atlanta Penix should play this week. I think Drake London should play this week, so I think Atlanta gets a little bit better. And I also think I just can't imagine that they sat down as coaches and looked at the box score and was like, how the hell did we only give Bijan the ball 12 times? I have to imagine.
You would think that, but look at what the Raiders are
combo.
doing with Genti out there. I mean, come on. I mean, another guy who should be getting fed the rock who clearly isn't being used well. But moving on, keeping it moving. I know
Timmy got the Pats by 2 tutties.
Wow. Shout out to the chat too. Shout out to Tim, Chris, anybody else in the chat. We appreciate you stopping by. Throw your opinions on any of these games in there as well. I've been calling this game for weeks. I think this is a game now they go out and get for scat. Give me the Giants at home. Give me them getting the 2.5. Give me them on the money line. I've been calling this game for weeks. I think it's one the Giants can get with San Fran coming east to play 1 o'clock. Give me the Giants all the way and give me the over of 48.5. I think they're going to want to put up some points and get that win for scat.
So you had the Giants winning this game when Russell Wilson was still the starting quarterback.
Yep.
So no surprise at all with your call. One thing we both genuinely agree on, we saw it when they played the Chargers, and I think we see it again. The only difference is you got San Fran coming off of a loss in a game they probably really felt they should have won, right? So I think you're going to get a very, very determined San Francisco team, but they are just, I don't know if any team's riddled by injuries worse than they are when it comes down to the big name guys, right? But I'm going to take the Giants getting the 2.5. I think the Giants win this game. I do. I think it's a close game. But I think the Giants win the game. Give me the Giants getting 2.5. And I'll actually take the over as well. I think Fred Warner missing from that San Francisco defense just makes them completely different. And we got a lot of 1 o'clock games this week, huh?
Yeah, so let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. Indy's been playing some of the best football in the league all season. It's been the Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes resurgence.
Mr. Indiana Jones, they call him now.
Right? So, I mean, listen, he's getting his and he's playing well, so I can't fault him for that. That being said, though, they are playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh. And I think that's a tough place to go and play. Steelers, how'd they do in Green Bay last week? Did they win, lose?
They lost to Green Bay.
Yeah, they lost to Green Bay, so they're coming home. They don't like to lose multiple games in a row. It's not a Tomlin thing to really do. So I'm gonna take the Steelers at home. I'm taking the Steelers getting the 3.5. And I'm gonna take the under of 50.5.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the Steelers getting a 3.5, and I also think the Steelers win the game. Indy, like when you look at who they've played, right? They've played a lot. They've played the majority of their games at home, right? So they've played 8 games. They've played 5 at home, 3 on the road. I think this will be arguably one of their biggest tests, if not their biggest test of the year. I think Pittsburgh defense is pretty embarrassed with what Green Bay did to them last week. So I think you see a chip on the shoulder type of defense. There's a reason Tomlin's never finished below 500. He knows how to get his guys revved up. So I'm going to take the Steelers getting a 3.5. I'm going to take the Steelers winning, and I'm going to take the under with you as well. So yeah,
all right,
I think
so we're in
the
agreement.
same spot there.
Sweeping it out there. Next game, Broncos at Texans. Texans laying 1.5. Looking a little bit better, but listen, the Broncos seem to be catching a little bit of fire right now. Seem to be turning the season around. 6-2 overall, 2-2 on the road though. But give me the Broncos. I think they're playing better football right now. So I'm gonna take the Broncos, getting the 1.5, taking them on the road to win outright, and 39.5 is low. Give me the over.
Give me the Texans to win and give me the over.
All right.
Yeah, I think I think the Texans are starting to find a little bit of a flow, and I think Nico Collins comes back this week. I could be wrong, but I think he does.
All right, moving on.
Is this our shit show? Would this be our shit show? I think this would be our shit show, right?
It would almost have to be, unless there's one worse.
Monday night.
I mean, Monday night's pretty. Your Monday night matchup's pretty bad if you wanted to go with, if you wanted to go that route too.
I'm gonna make this one my shit show just because I cannot bring myself to
do that to the Cowboys.
To say a Cowboys game is a shit show, even though most of them have been.
That being said, Jaguars laying 3.5. Hey, our favorite over-under, 44.5.
44.5. Back-to-backs, too. So that's now
That's three this week.
We got three.
Can they get any lazier with these lines? I mean, then we had one game at 43.5 and another at 45.5. I mean, come on. Get a little...
Have some creativity.
Some imagination, will you?
Come on, Vegas. Let's go.
Anyway, the Raiders, like we talked about a couple minutes ago, I threw out there, I don't think they know what the hell to do with Ashton Genty. I don't think they made the right moves. I definitely don't think Pete Carroll's the right coach. And
don't think Gino's the right quarterback.
No, so this team is a team in shambles. The Jaguars are at least playing close to 500 balls. So give me the Jaguars all around. I'm giving them laying the points, giving them on the road to win. And I almost want to say under, but I'm going to go over of the 44.5.
So with this, I think this one's an interesting one for me because I think, shout out to Timmy. He's like, the Raiders are just so bad. They really are. They just don't look good in any form or fashion on any side of the ball. I think special teams is probably the only side of the ball that they out of the three faces that they're doing good in. Raiders at home, Jaguars on the road. I think we're still kind of unsure of Trevor Lawrence, right? Like, shows flashes, but no real consistency to his game. It's just the Raiders are just a shit show. There's no other way to say it. So I got to take Jacksonville. I'll take them given the 3.5. But I'm going to go with you. I'm going to take the under. I think this is going to be an ugly game. Saints start our first 4 o'clock game, right? This is our first 4 o'clock. And our next 44.5, first 4 o'clock game. So they only have 2 4 o'clock games. Did I see that right? Or no? Okay, so
Jaguars. So 3.
Oh God! So the 4 o'clock window, other than the 4:25, is just trash.
Yeah, it pretty much makes sure that all eyes are on Kansas City and the Bills
and Buffalo, right? Okay. Look, Saints are starting their second round pick from this past draft for the first time all season. Something like that. Look, I don't know what this kid brings to the table, right? The Rams don't have tape on him outside of his college play, so I think that helps. So that's the only reason I won't take the Rams given the 13.5. So give me the Saints getting the 13.5, but definitely the Rams on the money line, and definitely give me the over because that Saints defense is just not good. But I think the game stays close enough. So. Yeah, give me the Saints getting the 13.5, but the Rams winning on the money line, and give me the over because 44.5. Why not?
This is a game where I feel like Vegas setting it up to where they want the money to go to the Saints. Like they want the people, and I'm gonna take the Rams laying the 13.5 at home. They're just a way better team, and like you talked about, they're starting their second round quarterback in his first ever start on the road. And the Saints defense sucks, so I'm going the Rams all the way and give me the over 44.5.
Yeah,
the laziest line in football.
Apparently.
Wow, what do we got on this game? I don't know, 44.5.
44.5. Don't talk to me about that crap game, huh?
Get out of here. Come back to me with the Chiefs Bills.
Oh, my
you
God.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, what are they doing?
Nobody's even going to watch this game. Just 44.5.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's going to be your game of the week.
This
right?
is the game of the week.
I mean, this is a game
This is when they should have flexed it to primetime.
Yeah, like kick Dallas and Arizona out of the Monday night game. That would have been the smartest move.
Or the Commanders and Seahawks out of the 8:20 game. I don't care about that game as much. Nobody cares about that game as much as this Chiefs-Bills game.
It just lets me know that I'll be able to go to bed early on Sunday. So that's about what I take out of that Sunday night matchup. But Chiefs-Bills, man, this is what we look forward to, right? Chiefs slow start, started 1-3, Yeah, 1-3 now, railed off 4 in a row.
But we knew that was going to happen. I mean, come on. They don't...
As long as they stayed healthy, and we talked about it, right? They're going to start getting their pieces back, and they're going to, be pretty entertaining, right? They just railed the Commanders 35-7. Look, I think this is going to be a great game. I think this is going to be a fun game. I kind of wish it was a little later in the year for like the chance to snow, and at 46 degrees is great football weather, right? These guys are running around like lunatics. They like it a little cooler out. Bills just had to put Ed Oliver, their starting D tackle, on IR today. That's a big blow. That really, really hurts. And offensively, like, they don't have the guy, right? If you shut down, what's his name at running back, right? Oh man, why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden?
Cook,
thank you. You shut Cook down, like, it's all on Josh Allen, right? And that's how the Chiefs are going to approach this. They're going to make Josh Allen play Superman and try to contain James Cook, right? The Chiefs, on the other hand, can present 9 different ways to beat you. They can run the ball pretty well. They have multiple receivers that they trust. They still got a future Hall of Famer at tight end and Kelsey. I just think the Chiefs are able to go in there and win. So I'm going to take the Chiefs given the 1.5. I will take the over, just because that's how these two teams play each other. So yeah, give me the Chiefs given the 1.5 and give me the over for this one. But I do think this is going to be your game of the week. No question about it.
I think it's a game of the week as well.
That's a real die on the hill commitment right there, right? Like that's really going out on a ledge that this is going to be your game of the week. Sorry, guys.
I'm going Bills. I like the Bills at home here. I think they need this game because they got to keep pace with New England. New England is the tiebreaker right now because I think we beat them already once this year. So the Bills need this just a wee bit more than the Chiefs do. The Chiefs are on the road. If this was in Arrowhead, I might go the other way. But yeah, give me the Bills getting the 1.5. Give me the Bills on the money line at home. And I think this is going to be a statement win and going to get people talking about the Bills again. And give me the over because who doesn't want to root for some points in what's going to be the game of the week, for sure. So, I mean, we could blow through these last two and then call it a day. But yeah, so last 2 games to kind of go through here. Could be shit shows, could not be. I mean, the Commanders...
I definitely think the Monday night game could be a shit show.
The Monday night game more than this 8:20 game. But the 8:20 Sunday game between the Seahawks at Commanders. Commanders, sophomore slump, I'm telling you, it's real. NFL
the injuries
quarterbacks...
are killing him, too. I mean, he didn't play last night, right?
But
because of the
tell me that you don't see a lot of similarities, though, between what Jaden Daniels did in year 1 and what C.J. Stroud and that what happened to that Texans team in year 2 as well. Again, every team has injuries and stuff. I also just think they got more tape on them. That they get teams can scheme for them differently and a little bit better. And now it's how does Washington and Jaden Daniels make those adjustments to get themselves back to where they need to be.
And I think what also hurts them too, right? Washington, they don't have a lot of talent on defense, man. Like outside of Deron Payne, who else can you name on that defense?
Bama boy, by the way. Roll Tide.
They're all over the place. We get it. No, I'm kidding. But like
they're all over my wall too.
Right. But like outside of him, who can you really name on this team, right? Like there's no Pro Bowlers. There's not even guys that would be like subs for Pro Bowlers. Like they need talent on defense. That's one of the things that's hurting them, right? That's why Dallas put up 44 on them the week before. That's why Kansas City put 35 on them on Monday night. Seattle's got a good offense. They do. Sam Darnold's one of the top quarterbacks in the league right now based off of QBR. Like, I'm still not taking him over a lot of quarterbacks in the league, but he's playing pretty well, right? Jackson Smith and Jugba is just a freak of nature. He's one of the better young up-and-coming wide receivers. Like, they've got talent. And Washington is kind of void of that right now, especially on defense, right? They just got McLaurin and Debo back on Monday night. They've got running backs that they really don't seem to know how they want to really use them yet. I just think you're in a position in Washington where you have to accept the fact this just isn't going to be your year, right? Last year, NFC Championship game, nobody really saw it coming. a little bit more back to reality this year. Your quarterback being injured, missing 5 games now, I think he's missed this year. Like, that's not going to help you either, right? So I just think this is Seattle easily, even though it's on the road. So give me Seattle, give them the 2.5. And honestly, I mean, they've given up, 90? So they're giving up on average 49.5 points a game. Or no, that math is completely wrong. Sorry.
That's a lot.
44 and 35 equals 79. So that would be 39.5 points per game over the last 2 games, right? Our under is 46.5.
Got to go over.
You got to go over. So give me Seattle, give them the 2.5, and give me the over.
I'm with you all the way. I don't have much to argue with on any of your points. Seattle's just a better team right now. So give me Seattle, give me the over. And, we're going to clean sweep that one because the Commanders aren't right now between injuries and everything else. They got some things to figure out. This is just the Eagles to run away with. The division to run away with.
Yeah, no, unless some injury happens, it'll be the first time in 20-plus years that a team will win the NFC East back-to-back years.
Right.
Last time it happened was the Donovan McNabb Eagles.
It's
the last time it happened.
So
we were just I think we just graduated. We were like 2-3 years out of high school when the last time it happened.
The sad part is they could easily end up back in the championship game too.
I know, that makes me so nauseous.
But anyway,
kind of how nauseous this game makes me. So
anyway,
you
moving
get to
on
pick this
to
one first.
I'm not going to call it a shit show on you, but it kind of is this week. It's the toilet bowl of the week for sure. And in prime time toilet bowl. You got the Cardinals at the Cowboys. Cowboys defense looks like Swiss cheese right now. The Cardinals though, they're not blowing the doors off of many people, so.
It's a shit show.
It's a shit show. That being said, though, give me the Cowboys at home. I think at home they got to do a little bit more, and the coach is going to want to save some face and at least try to put together a good effort this week in front of Jerry, because otherwise he could be on the hot seat already if he's not. So give me Dallas laying the 2.5. Give me Dallas on the money line. And give me the over because I know the Cowboys defense sucks, and I'm going to imagine that the 2-5 Cardinals or 2-6 Cardinals, that their defense sucks as well. So, give me the over. I know it's a big number, 54.5, but give me the over.
So real quick, want to shout out Sean, who just joined our chat.
Shout out.
Sean Gallagher-T3S. Appreciate you. He did take the Chiefs. So Sean, really appreciate you hopping in with us, and hope we get you in here with us on a weekly basis. Start at 6:00 Eastern, and then you can find the podcast where the actual podcast recording.
It's on, but I got to change the name still, so we're gonna hold off on announcing that. But
YouTube 6 p.m. Eastern. We hope to see you here with us again next week, and really appreciate you hopping in. My first thought when I look at this game is I genuinely hate the fact that I'm going to be up till 11:30, almost 12 o'clock to watch this, because I'm going to. Like I can't help myself, and I don't have Red Zone to go to. Right?
No, this is it.
I'm watching this game through and through as a Cowboys fan. Dallas has lost the last 8 straight against Arizona. They've really owned them. The last time Dallas actually beat Arizona, I went to MSG to watch Dane Cook.
Okay. That
tells you how long ago it was. Watch Des Bryant catch a touchdown from Tony Romo. Like, that was the last time they beat the Arizona Cardinals. For Dallas's sake, they're going to get their starting center, Cooper Beebe, back, which I think will help the offensive line. But shout out to Brock Hoffman. I thought he filled in very well. I don't want to take anything away from him, but Beebe is definitely the starter. I think when I look at this game, though, the pessimist in me, right, is like, there's no way they're beating Arizona. The way they looked against Denver, they look like shit. They suck. Their defense is horrible. Blah 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 blah. I think they win the game. I do. So I'm going to take Dallas, give them the 2.5. But if you are betting on this game and you don't take the over, I get the feeling you're highly going to regret it, because Dallas's offense can score points, and God, can Dallas's defense give up points, right? We made Russell Wilson look like a Hall of Famer. We made Caleb Williams look like a Hall of Famer. Somebody ran some type of like algorithm thing, and they were like, what would Dak Prescott's stats be if he went up against the Dallas Cowboys defense? And it was something like 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 20-something rushing yards, and even like maybe like half a rushing touchdown. I'm like, they can make any quarterback look really, really good. So whether it's Kyler Murray or anybody else that's playing, they're going to have a good game. Like, I might go take a flyer on Kyler Murray if he's not on somebody's fantasy team. Because I'm sure he is. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, it is a automatic play if your quarterback's going against Dallas defense. It just is. You have to do it. So the over is a must. Who you pick to win the game and based off a spread, that I'll let you make that call. But I think Dallas does bounce back. Is one thing they have done well this year is that coming off of an embarrassing loss, they have come back and played better football. I won't say good football, but they've played better football. So,
no, but I can tell you that this is what you want.
More than anything, I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better fucking execution.
Yeah. A new owner and GM would be great too, but I don't think we have sound bites for that. So,
TJ, who's your mama?
Oh, that's what Jerry does on draft day. That's what he sounds like. All right, I like that. That's a good play. We could keep going with these sound bites with Jerry. So I don't want to keep rambling. I got to get myself moving. I know you got things you got to do. But give me Dallas. Give me
Stop it.
and give me the over.
Get some help.
Get some help, Jerry. Get some help. So one more time, Dave. That was Dallas and the over for Dave. And yeah, I think that's gonna be about our week 9 run through. Our picks for the week, and we'll see how we do next week. But
and
hopefully we're living like champs.
Both Knicks and Bulls 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Just
the Knicks are gonna be
way
good this
too
year.
early.
The Knicks are going to be good this year, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited.
The
and
Bulls
it's-
are not. Like I just can't believe they're 3-0.
Especially with the and I hate to say the unfortunate injury to Tatum. I just think that the Celtics aren't going to be. They're still going to be a formidable foe, but they're not going to be the team they are when they have their best player there. And so I just think that if the Knicks were to have a chance. And the window is closing. The window they have is small with these guys. Like they have them all under contract now. Not gonna last forever. 2-3 more years, that's about it. Like you've got to strike while the iron's hot. This is their best time and chance to do that. I truly believe it, but again, it's all about health. Can they stay healthy and can they make it through?
And Mike Brown's the right coach. I know I've loved Tibbs when he coached the Bulls. And I've rooted for him no matter where he's gone. Minnesota, New York. I just love Tibbs. But Tibbs does not believe in trusting the back end of his bench, which is what caused the majority of the injury problems they had later in the season, in the playoffs, right? You saw Brunson in the Eastern Conference Finals. That guy was basically playing on one leg. And he gutted it out, right? Like he is the dream point guard for the New York Knicks. What's on your mind? Anyway, so I think Mike Brown's a guy, he will go 8, 9, 10 deep throughout the regular season with no hesitation. And that will benefit not just your starters, right? Your Brunson and your high-end players, but it's going to help those young guys get that experience, right? Those less talented guys get that experience so they are ready to step in if somebody does get hurt. They are ready to come in, if you got to give Brunson a 3-4 minute breather in the fourth quarter of a playoff game. Like, that's why you play them during the regular season, to get them ready for that. And Tibbs just doesn't believe in that. He's an old school coach. So I really think the Knicks are going to be a problem. I think they got to be your betting favorite to take the 1 seed in the East, I think. I think you see Philly really diving into their younger core, and I've already seen people talking that they may try to trade Embiid and try to get another young piece to put with Maxey and the rest of their young core. So, the Bulls came back from down 8 in the fourth quarter to beat Atlanta, which is a team a lot of people think are going to be pretty damn good this year. I think Detroit and Orlando are two teams. Those are going to be those young teams. Those are going to be like the OKC, right? Where they're not ready yet, but they're going to cause some teams some headaches. And they're going to be not an easy out in the playoffs. But I think those are the two teams that maybe not a lot of people are talking about that I think are going to really, really have something to say this NBA season. So, but yeah, Bulls 3-0 to start a season for like I think the first time in like over since the Rose years. So I had to be happy about it and bring it up real quick.
Oh yeah. Plus, I showed you something Bulls related before the show
Yeah,
started.
there you go.
Bringing it back full circle. But yeah. With that said, though, why don't you tell them where they can find you? And let's wrap this thing up. Let's go eat some dinner. Let's go enjoy.
So David Hastings 23 on X, formerly known as Twitter, and D Hastings 23 on Instagram. I'm going to be completely honest. Outside of some random pictures I'll post of my daughter and the kickoff to our show every Tuesday, I pretty much don't do anything on Instagram. And for any of my friends out there listening that I have like 30 reels from you on Instagram, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I just don't go on Instagram. So
shout out to
that's
Instagram.
that.
You can find our unofficial third co-host, Louis always dude, on Instagram as well. You can find me at The Living Legend on X. You can find us at ChampsCast. It's Champs with a Z on YouTube and on Facebook. Help us get to 100 followers on Facebook so that this way we can start streaming live there as well.
Yeah, you gotta make me an admin on that so I can start sharing the page.
Yeah, I didn't know you weren't. So, I'll share it with you. We'll get you as an admin.
I don't even see posts from it.
Oh, damn.
I only see your post, like Erich Treslar post. I don't see anything from our fan page.
Which is weird because even Timmy every now and then will do like a small video and post it up on our page for us and stuff. So shout out to Tim, by the way, who did do that just a couple days ago after the Giant loss. So check out his reel as well. Check out Timmy at the Fighting Irish on Twitter and all other handles as well. Fighting Irish 57. He's a great follow. He does a lot of gaming, a lot of other stuff. So if you're into those kind of streams, check him out. And yeah, thank you to everybody who joined us. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to Carl. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Timmy. Thank you to literally everybody out there.
We went from 3 to 6. We doubled the amount of people in our chat as we're saying our goodbyes.
I feel like people got used to the 7 o'clock hour, though.
Yeah,
that's why.
Having a kid did it to me. Here's our unofficial co-host, our boy Louie. All right, come on. We can't get your paw on here. There we go. All right.
Hi,
well, for even those of y'all that jumped in late, we appreciate you guys with having the daughter at home. 6 o'clock has to happen. We got her going down with the bottle by 7:30. We break that. It's a long night for me and my fiance. So shout out to Amanda as well. Chris, shout out to your wife. Hope she's doing well and the kids are doing well and feeling better from last week. But yeah, we appreciate y'all and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Hey, till then, live like a champ.
You know what? I still think we should say don't be afraid to die on this hill. I think we should.
We can still do it.
I think we should still.
Well, why don't I say live like a champ? You say don't be afraid to die on this hill.
Don't be afraid to have an opinion and die on this hill.
Boom.
Like I said, right? I'm willing to die on that hill. What hill was it that I was willing to die on?
Oh, the game of the week, Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah, real
Chiefs
risky, guys. Real risky. All right, we're out.
Peace.